Hi everyone, this is Paul Lange from Disciplined Trading Strategies with this week's Trade of the Week video. This is for the week ending 5/9 of 2021. The stock was BIDU, B-I-D-U. This happened on Thursday, May 6th in the morning. This is based on a 60-minute power trend. I'll explain that in a minute, with an entry on a 1-minute major resistance DTS sell set at management advance. Reward to risk almost 3 to 1 out the door on 3 targets. Before we get into this trade, as usual, free stuff this week at DTS Wednesday is a special event. It's going to be a multi-concept this Wednesday. Back in December, I did a little concept about trading stats, and I have been running trading stats this year and wanted to share the April with you as I promised I would. Also, I wanted to review a little bit a concept that I talked about last month, which was having people involved in day trading. The concepts and misconceptions about it are great, and I want to talk about that. And there's also going to be a special appearance by a guest, Richard Miller, who is a broker who can talk to you about how you can get a day trading account without the normal day trading capital, and also how you can increase your leverage. He's going to be there to answer questions and to talk to you. So it's going to be a little bit of a different event, my first special guest ever. We'll see you then on Wednesday. If you're a DTS member, you will get your invites, of course. If you're not a DTS member, hop on over to the DTS homepage and see how you can become a member. No cost, no fee, no credit card, just give an email address. That's all you need. All right, on with today. This is the daily chart of BIDU. And you can see that right through here, this is before the day of the trade. This is one of the things that caught my attention, was this very, very tight pattern. That's a power trending daily chart. It means the pattern is so tight that there's no setup in there. There's no bounces, there's no consolidations, there's no pullbacks. It's just a very, very tight pattern. That caught my attention. It shows consistent selling by bigger money. That day is when I went to trade it, and then after the day of the trade, it looked like that. This is the 60-minute chart, which actually is also in a power trend. There was a little bit of a consolidation through here, but after that, it just kind of fell. A couple of key points in here is that the question about whether or not it can fall some more is already answered. You see this prior day, this is before the day of the trade, it gapped up. And it gapped up and got sold. So even though it's been down a few days, the selling is still very prevalent, and that was one of the keys to me that made me want to take this lower one more time. Very, very tight pattern, already proved that it's not ready to bounce. Then after the day of the trade, boom, it looked like that. So it opened in here, and we'll see this in the next couple of charts, and then fell hard that morning. We'll talk about that in just a second here. Here is the 5-minute chart, and when the stock opened this day, right in there, it bounced initially, and it went up and put in this topping tail right in here, the opening 5-minute bar, and then it came back to retest that. This is what I call one of these moment in time entries. If you think about it, the only way this trade fails is if I picked today as the day to short a stock that picked today to reverse and go higher for the first time in many days. There's no indication it would do that. And then when you get this entry where it tries to rally in the morning and can't, and you already have a focal area, that's what I call a moment in time. It no longer matters to me what any other chart says. It doesn't matter to me what the news is. It doesn't matter to me what the market's doing. You simply take that trade, because if you're right, it's a home run. If it's not right, it's a stop, like any other trade you might do. It fell very quickly, as you can tell. Target 1 was actually a decent target. It was about 1.5 R on 2 big bars right out of the gates. And then I took another target there because those bottoming tails and the amount the stock was down already indicated it may have bounced. I intended then to get the stop down and take the third target later in the day or into the close. But then we shot lower one more time. And I decided that was it. Take a look at the extension on that last bar. Take a look at the bottoming tail, take a look at the volume. That told me it was time to get out, even though the original intent was to hold this. And it turned out to be the right decision because that was the low for the day. So 5-minute chart showing most of the detail there, and ended up being about a 1-hour trade and done out the door. Here's the 1-minute chart where you can see a little more detail. Stock opened in there, ran up initially. On that retest after about 10, 11 minutes of trading, I went in here and got an entry. You're not going to find it on your chart. It's inside of these bars. It's one of the entries I like to do. It was inside that bar right in there, and entry was under 196.10, stop over 197.40. And as you can see, the stock went sideways for a little bit, but then began to move lower. Target 1 just on the free fall, target 2 on a tight little trail after it started to bounce a little bit, and then target 3 on the last free fall on a trail as it started to move back up again. So overall, very nice trade. The last target was actually over 4 hours, averaged out almost 3 all the first hour of the day. Just the type of thing that I like a lot. BIDU. If you like trades like that, come join us in the DTS Trading Room. We take time to plan out the day. We work from a focused watch list, and everything is discussed ahead of time. 95 to 98% of the trades are all trades that have been discussed and talked about for the most part, and you can participate in with higher volume type of stocks, not little cheap things that you can never get even if you wanted to. This is Paul for Disciplined Trading Strategies. Until next time, good trading, everybody.